Hey friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I know it has been a very long time since I've posted any content here. I do have a really long video coming soon, but I wanted to pop on and just share my setup for the Illustrated Faith October devotional kit, Fear Not. There is some background that I'd like to talk through just a tiny bit here. And then I'm going to share kind of what my setup is for this because I'm really enjoying this and I just thought I would share it, and maybe this would be something that would be inspirational to you as well. I've done a lot of Illustrated Faith kits in the past, devotionals. Let me rephrase that. I've purchased a lot of them in the past and I really like buying them. I really like having all this stuff, but I'm not great at working through it all. So I've kind of limited myself. I had stepped back and decided I would do Word Nerd. I would do Advent, so I'd do something at Christmas, Word Nerd in September, and Gratitude Documented, I think is what it's called, in November. And camp, whatever the camp is. Well, I did do camp this summer, or I purchased it. I started it, but I didn't do anything with it, so I have that kind of set aside. I decided not to do Word Nerd. It just wasn't going to work out in my schedule, and I've kind of come to realize I know myself. But this October devotional, Fear Not, it's really speaking to me because I've gone through some stuff in the last 6 months with my mom, which I'm going to talk about in, I think, my longer video I'll post soon. And fear was a big part of it. And so now I'm kind of getting back into crafting, and I thought, well, I've been in crafting, but I've been staying very far away from anything feelings related, journaling, documenting, like any of that kind of stuff. But I decided to go ahead and blend what I have been doing, which will make sense with my next video, with this devotional. So, long story, not as long. I don't do short stories, so I always say it that way. This is my current setup for Fear Not, which again is Illustrated Faith's October devotional. So let me walk you through it. So here is my setup. I have this on in the shot on camera because this is the thing I'm going to talk about in the video that I'll be posting soon. I'm not sure when, but soon. I have to do a few edits. But this journal is, and I use that term very loosely because there's actually no traditional journaling, like thought process or feelings in here. It's just for fun. But this is what inspired me to create this one. And that inspiration all comes from Margaret at 7 Plaza, which I'm going to talk about extensively in my next video. So that will be something to look forward to. So if you like this style, you'll definitely want to check out my next upcoming video. So what I created here is a junk journal, basically. So the inside, and this is all out of a file folder, the inside is going to hold two things, I hope, depending on the size. It is going to hold my Fear Not content and hopefully Gratitude Documented, which will come out for November. So this is how I've set it up. I have this file folder thingy that I created. And it has some fold outs, it has some pockets, some tuck spots. Like obviously I wouldn't put that in there, but you can see flame in shot. But it's got pockets, it's got all the things, little tuck spots, things like that. Then inside it holds the signatures or whatever content. So this particular one right now, and I thought I would just use it for this content, but I'm thinking I might be able to fit this and Gratitude Document into it. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm just using a classic traveler's notebook style, a notebook cover kind of style for the binding. So it's just one simple elastic binding, and then whatever I'm fitting in it will have the expandable, I don't know what the term is, but then another binding. So inside here I have the card that is for the thank you card you always get with the devotional, and on the back they have scripture for every day. And so I am not doing any in-depth journaling at this point. I'm just using it to write down the scriptures, and that's intentional because along with the trials that I faced this past 6 months, one thing that really I'm going to be completely transparent. You're either walking towards Jesus or walking away from him. And I felt myself walking away. And not in a way where I was running from God and completely doing things that go against God, but I wasn't in the Word. I wasn't studying. I wasn't fully engaged with really anything. I was just kind of my faith was becoming a little bit cold. So this is an opportunity for me to start walking towards Jesus again. So, and I'm not going to start that. I don't love journaling as it is, and I'm not going to start that with an in-depth journaling process. I don't like talking about my feelings in written form. I'm totally comfortable talking about it verbally, but I don't love to write things out. But this is super doable. So I'll show you how I'm working through the scriptures, but I'm just keeping this card right here in this little pocket. For decorating, I've got some washi tape on the side. It's like this really cute, scalloped. It's coming up, so I might have to come back in with some glue. Used a lot of washi tape. I didn't do really any grunging on the cover yet because I don't know if I want to put something on here, so I'm going to leave that for probably last. But I've covered the outside with this really cool wide washi tape. I love this stuff. I'm going to have to get more rolls, I hope. I haven't done a lot of decorating because I want to kind of save space for gratitude documented, but I've done a few things. I've got a tag here. I might talk about that in just a minute, but let me talk about these pieces here. So here is just the devotional. So I just have this here. I don't usually wreck them or cut them or do anything, although I'm tempted because it's beautiful. And again, here's that scripture list. So I'm working through this, but this is what I created for just holding everything in place. This doesn't need to be here, but I'm gonna hold it there for a second. This is like this flippy floppy envelope junk journaling thing. I don't know. This is something that I am inspired by Margaret at Seven Plaza to do. I've done a couple of these actually. I really love this whole system. It's super fun. So here I have just tons of pockets. This bag opens up. I can slip something in there. This whole thing is constructed out of a large envelope and folded. So then there's this page here. Again, this is a tuck spot. So I could put something on the back. A lot of this, is just the fun of decorating. Here's a little envelope that flips up. So then I can tuck something in here, maybe a private prayer or something like that. And so I'm still working on decorating this. So I'm just doing a little at a time, bite size. So this is an envelope. Make sure I'm in the shot here. It's been a while since I filmed, so I feel a little rusty, but this is an envelope I can tuck a card in. This flap opens. This is an envelope. This is actually what the kit comes in. On the outside, I have another little bag that I can stick something in. It's a pocket. Here's a tuck spot that is created out of this envelope with, again, I can put something in that. This whole thing is actually, I can go all the way to the back. So I can store things in here if I wanted to, although when you fold it, that makes it a little challenging. But I just didn't care to adhere this all down. But essentially this is kind of its own little pocket, and I just covered the inside with more of that wide washi. I love that stuff. This is the reason why I kept this elastic here. So let me get this out of the way. Okay, inside I have another envelope. So I can tuck something, a card or something in there. This folds down. I'll probably put like a tab here at some point. It opens up so I can put a little card in there. And then I open it up, and then I could put a pocket here. I could put a pocket here. I could do, all kinds of fun stuff there. Then this all flaps closed. This closes, and then on the back is the back side of this bag. And I opened up the top so I could stick a card or a tag. So I could do something like this. I could just stick a tag in there, something could pop out. And then this part of the bag, I could take this off. This part of the bag here, the top part is a tuck spot. So as you can see, just tuck this little tag in there, a little leaf, good to go. Very simple. Once you think through it all, it's simple. So this is super fun. And I will link Margaret's Seven Plazas, Margaret from Seven Plaza. I'm always gonna say it weird like that. Like, I'm not real sure. She's from the Netherlands. I could spend a whole hour just talking about her. But I will link the video that I used as inspiration to create this. So that is how I am working through Fear Not. So I'll keep continually coming in here and adding more pieces as I work through all of the content. This little book lives right here. That's why it was kind of attached around the side. I'll just stick it back in there. This lives here, and it's just a little narrow mini notebook that I created. Did some stamping in. I'm using this as a space to experiment with my penmanship and handwriting and just pens and stamping, and it's not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to be a treasured keepsake. It will be, but it's a place for me to play and try things. It's on regular copy paper, so stamps bleed through. I'm just not worried about it. So here is where every day I'm coming in and I'm writing out the scripture. So before I got to that, I kind of did some foundational things by adding in just stamping and things like that. So now today I will come back in and I will put another scripture here, and then tomorrow I'll work through this page. And I think I'll have enough pages by the time I get to the end, but if I have to carry on to something else or do some tip-ins or whatever, then I will. So these papers are all digital papers that I printed from various things I've been purchasing on Etsy, a lot of vintage, digital vintage ephemera and papers. And again, my next video that I post will make a lot more sense with this. But as you can see, like here it bled through. I'm not worried about it. Tried out some other things with some inks here. This was a fail, but I don't care. I conquered a fear, actually. This is kind of a fear, is you know, I'm not a perfectionist, but I didn't want to mess up, so to speak. But you know what? I embraced it and I love it. So as you can see, I have more room for stamping if I want. Added a couple of stickers here and there, just kind of using up some stuff too. I love this whole fall color scheme. I'm totally loving it. So let me talk through my supplies just in case you're curious. I have stamps, of course. This is a stamp set that came with the kit, and then I've just pulled out a whole bunch of random stamps. Oops, that's not a stamp. That is, I'm gonna try wax seals. I'm gonna try that. So that's what that's for. I've got, you know, just a whole bunch of stamps on my desk that I kind of keep in this little bin. Just anything I think will be helpful, probably more than I need, but as you can see, I just kind of went for it. And I have more next to my desk that are my everyday stamp sets, like, let's see, let me grab them. Like my Tim Holtz stamps, which I'm super into right now. So Stampers Anonymous, Tim Holtz. So yeah, those are all right next to me all the time, among others. So let me move that. Speaking of stamping, these are the inks that I'm primarily reaching for. So I've got these on my desk. I'm really having a lot of fun with the Distress line. So I've got Distress Photo, which I pretty much use consistently on everything I'm distressing edges on and inking. I keep this right on my desk. It's just the foam dauber. I keep that one on my desk. I keep tea dye and antique linen always on my desk. So Vintage Photo, antique linen, and tea dye are pretty much always on my desk. And then I pulled out Bundled Sage, Dried Marigold. And then my inks, I always buy the minis because I love to travel with these. I get why these aren't mini, but I am not going to invest in this pad size. I just don't need to. I found these to work perfectly well for me. So again, I just really am using, where's the little card? Using this Color Crush as my jumping off point. So for my palette. So I've got all of these guys. So tea dye ink, because I like the difference between the Distress Oxide is more opaque, kind of a creamy, chalky look almost, and then ink is going to be, you know, it's ink. I like the difference. I like using the two. I don't want to say blending because I don't I don't really do that a lot. I'm learning. So tea dye, wild honey, ground espresso, walnut stain, powdered rose, barn door, bundled sage, and then I kind of also wanted just a little variance in some of the red and the golden yellow color, mustardy color. Also, I have found that sometimes for especially words, don't stamp off super clean with Distress ink. But they do with the Stamp Market, or really probably a lot of other inks. So I have been using these when I'm doing more like fine detail, like words that you need to be able to read. So that's why I have these up. So those are the inks I've been primarily using. As for the paper pieces, the printable things, came with an ephemera pack. So I have those. Let me grab that. I have a little bin here with all of those pieces here. I also have some other digitals that I have used or grabbed. So that's what I have in this file folder. So these are pretty much all the scraps and pieces that I'm using in addition to the Illustrated Faith kit. I am also using, let's see, it is the Fall Collage and Cluster Mega Pack by the Junk Journal Studio. And again, I will link that. I love the stuff that the Junk Journal Studio, I'm trying to think of who it is. Michelle? No, I don't know. I can't think of the person's name right now. But so I've been using a lot of that. It's huge. It's a huge digital kit. It's super affordable. So I love it. I love it because it goes well with the other stylus stuff I do. Stickers that came with the kit. Actually, I think these came with, it might have been a freebie included because of when I purchased. I don't remember the deal with the stickers, but I like them. So I got stickers, and then these are all the printable pages that I've started cutting apart from this fall kit. I mean, like, this is page 34 and it just goes on and on and on. There's so much to it. I also shopped my stash and pulled out scraps of paper that I liked, stickers from previous things. This is from last year. I think Taylor did this at Illustrated Faith, like layering something or others, maybe. I don't remember. Really into mushrooms right now. Loving the mushrooms. So these are all, pieces of that. These are acrylic, I think they're called acrylic, acetate flowers. I don't know how to use these. They're shiny. It doesn't really go with this grungy style, but they're beautiful. I love the artist, Tamra Arcilla, I think it is. Oh, I just love these florals so much. And then, again, the bag, scrap paper, and more of the kit. So lots of background papers and lots of like these strips that you can use. So so I've just been keeping it all in this file folder, working through it. The only other supply I'm really using are, of course, washi tapes. So I have a whole little bin full of washi tapes that I've been gravitating towards and keeping this all right on my desk. So this is kind of how this looks. I've got this bin, this file folder. Let's see. This bin and whatever else is by me, and my inks. My inks I don't actually keep in a bin. I keep them in my normal storage solutions, which are this little clear acrylic drawer system. And then off to the side over here, I have a shelving unit that, so I basically sit in, my desk is like an L shape now. I have like a metal rack next to me. I needed something more permanent than my rolling cart and a TV tray. So I have a rack now with all my bins and all my inks and all my stuff. So everything is super close to me, easy to grab. Oops. And a great system and plan for me to be able to come in. Sorry, I'm trying to move stuff and talk at the same time. A great system to come in and just work on this content. And like I said, I'm doing it in little bite-sized pieces sometimes. I'm not sitting down and writing out super long journaling things. I'm just having fun with paper because I need that. And I'm also connecting with my Bible, with God, and working through this content. So that's what I'm currently up to. Like I said, I'm going to share a video soon. And I believe it's a long one, which most of mine are, that I talk about where I've been, what's been going on. And I'm eager to get back into sharing with you guys because it gives me joy. I love this process. I love sharing it. I hope it's inspirational to you. I hope you find some sort of thing that inspires you to try something new or to seek out other creative people that do stuff like this and kind of expand your creative world, as it were. So I hope you're doing fine, friends. I hope you're doing well. That sounded weird. Thanks for watching my video. And if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love for you to do that. Hit the bell so you're notified next time a video comes up. And I will see you all soon. Thanks. Bye, friends.